Hi friends, welcome to Rita's Paper Motif. Today I wanted to share a new event that I'm adding to the events here at Rita's Paper Motif. Before I share that with you though, there are some things that I do need to share for your behalf. So first of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm Rita. I like to create card designs, scrapbook pages, and 3D projects. And as an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I like to share them with you in hopes that you'll be inspired to create and to share with those that matter in your life. So I also wanted to share with you that if you visit me at thepapermotif.com, there you can find the projects that I've created along with measurements and tutorials. Also, on the home page, you'll find the digital catalogs that you can look through to find your supplies that you might need for your crafting efforts. And then also, you can shop with me at my store. They're all there at thepapermotif.com. You can also follow me here on YouTube. And I ask you to please subscribe to the channel, and also if you hit that notification icon, you'll be notified when I upload new content. Also, you can follow me at Rita's Paper Motif on Facebook. So all of those places you'll find me. Sometimes there's different things or different adaptations on the different platforms, but you can definitely find me there. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is a brand new product, and that brand new product is our stamping positioner. It's what it's called. You might recognize other stamp positioners like the Misty or something like that, Stampin' platforms, but this is Stampin' Up's version, and I just wanted to share that with you and tell you how you can get yours. So here's what it looks like. It comes with the instructions, and then it comes with these two plates. Now, at first, when I first saw this, I thought, why two plates, right? But I get it. It's perfect. So, of course, it has two batteries, and we'll talk about that. Here are the two batteries, and you don't have to put your washi tape on here because they've already thought of that, and this keeps the magnets together, and they're very strong. So we'll put those to the side, but the platform is flat, so there isn't a pad that goes on it like a foam pad. So in some positioners, you'll have like a little foam pad with a grid on it, and that's for your photopolymer. But when you stamp with the red rubber, because the red rubber already has a built-in foam, you don't need that special insert. But with this one, you don't need it for either, and I'll show you why in a moment. But this is nice and flat and smooth. On the back, it has a little a little felt pad here, so that when you use it on your glass mat, it doesn't scratch. And then it has these knobs, these little knobs, and these two. These are spring loaded, and there's a reason for it. But I want to show you how it works. So this is the main plate. Now you can put a whole sheet of paper there. Let's see. This isn't cardstock, but oh yes, it is. So you could put a whole 8.5 and 11 by 11 sheet there, and you could stamp away. You could load all your stamps on the back of it and then just stamp it. So that's convenient. You could also the other way if you wanted to. So you're not going to get a full 8.5 by 11 on here, but look at how much area you do get. That's quite a bit. And so you have these magnets to hold your paper on there. If you have a smaller piece of cardstock that you want to stamp on, so maybe just a different size, there is a little triangle right here where you can situate your cardstock, and you can put your magnets on there, and then that will help it from moving. just helps it better for moving. So then you could stamp right in the middle if you wanted to. Or you can just do the regular way. So the one thing about this is when you use this bigger plate, there's 2 holes on either side that fit right in those knobs, and it just fits easily. But what you do need to remember is you need to see that Stampin' Up logo right at the bottom. That tells you that you've got it facing right, and if it's down at the bottom, then you've got it situated right too. Now these 2 at the things at the bottom are like spring loaded, and so when let's just use it. Let's see, let me get a stamp. Let's get a stamp from the stamp set we're going to be talking about today, from this Lovely Arrangements. So let's see here. Let's just get this big stamp right here, this flower stamp. Now we'll take the positioner and turn it around just for now, and well, actually we don't need to do that. We'll just put our stamp where we're going to want to stamp it, right? And then we'll put our positioner down. If we press that down, then the stamp is on here. Now if we go ahead, we'll just use Memento Black for now. We'll go ahead and put ink on that stamp. Whoa, I don't want to get it. I did get it all over me. So we'll just ink this up. And put on our stamp positioner. So it's not touching the cardstock yet. So we don't have to worry about that. And then we want to stamp it, so we'll just push it down. And what I like about this too is I always felt with the other positioner I needed like one of those scoring things. You really don't need that with this because it's down, it's touching. And so there's the stamp. That's pretty, isn't it? All right, I want to show you that other arm. So let's say that you had a stamp that you want to do that is maybe, oh, I don't know, maybe it's like one of those linear stamps that has, like there's that really cute one that has the dogs and it just goes in line there. So maybe you wanted to stamp it with one of those, or maybe you wanted to stamp and just keep going, so you could do that too. Now this is that little arm. Again, Stampin' Up logo at the bottom. Again, the 2 spring loaded. And then those little holes that fit up here are just right above the spring loaded part here. So we're going to go ahead and let's put it in there, just like that is where we'll put it. Let's get some ink on there. Let's see if I can not get any more ink on me. Ink this up good. And we're just going to go ahead and put it on there. Let's see here. Yeah, I have it in there. All right. Oh, I don't want to move this. All right, and you want to make sure it's straight because this is not hooked down here. And so it's kind of lightweight. So you just want to make sure it's straight up and down. And then we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing. Just press it. And there you go. So if something like that happens, it could be because I didn't get enough ink. I'm kind of nervous about getting ink all over me. So that could definitely be my problem. Let's just go ahead and put some more ink on there. And we're going to make sure it's straight, right? Okay, we're going to press down. And there we go. So, I love this new tool, but I want to tell you about it because now that I've showed you how it works and everything, I need to tell you how you can get it. So this is not something that you can just order. This right now is being offered when you join as a Stampin' Up demonstrator. And so this is something that you can put in your kit for free when you join. Now I wanted to talk to you about joining. I don't usually talk about that very much, and I don't know why I don't. There isn't a reason. I don't consciously know of a reason. But when you join Stampin' Up, then you become part of the family, and you receive discounts on your product. You also join a crafting community. You don't have to start a business. You can just use the discounts for your own hobby. And then when you join my team, we have monthly meetings where we get together and we make cards or crafts, or we go over techniques or new product and we share about them. And so it's just a way to stamp with fellow demonstrators, and it's just a lot of fun. So I do support my team members in any way that I can. If you do want to start it as a business, then I will help you with that as well. So that is definitely something that I do. I have a lot of perks for my team members. So if you're interested in becoming a demonstrator and getting those discounts, whether it's a hobby demonstrator or a business demonstrator, I would ask that you consider joining under me and becoming part of my team. Now this is also another part of that Stampin' Positioner. This is grid paper. It comes separately. You can see the little holes. They fit on those little holes right there. And this just, well, it'll help you keep that clean. But also if you needed the grid. Now again, you can't buy this. Right now it comes, you can get it for free in your, when you join, and that is only for the month of February. So if you're going to join and you want this for free to add to your kit, then you want to join now in February. It is possible that down the road this will be available for any of us to purchase, but for right now it is a join only incentive. All right, so there's that I wanted to show you. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is that I am starting a card club. It's a monthly card club, and here's how it works. I guess here's how it works. So each month, at the first Thursday of each month, I'm going to do a tutorial video that's showing you two projects, either two cards or a card in a 3D project, or a scrapbook page and a card, or I might be showing you, I might be featuring designer series paper like I'm going to today, or maybe a tool or technique, or it could even be a fun fold. But it's going to be a cozy time for us to craft together. So when I upload that video, you're more than welcome to view it as a video. But if you place a $50 order with me as your demonstrator during the month of February, and that's $50 before taxes, shipping, and any credits, then I'm going to send you the kit. Now that kit is going to contain all pre-cut cardstock, pre-cut DSP, any die cuts or embellishments needed for the card, any specialty elements like ribbon or jewels or anything like that, you'll get in the kit. What I cannot send you is any stamped images, and then you'll need your own adhesive, bone folder if you use one, scissors, that kind of thing. But as far as making the cards, everything except for the stamped images I will send you, including the envelopes. And then there you'll get two cards or two projects, whatever, two of whatever we make in the video. But then there will be a surprise that comes in that kit too. So it could be a mystery card, it could be a 3D project, and it'll come along with a PDF with step-by-step instructions, and then you actually can make either 3 cards or 3 projects. So here's how it works again, and that is you're going to watch the monthly tutorial. And if you place your $50 order with me as your demonstrator, then I'm going to ship the kit to you the first week of the next month so that you can make those projects, and that will include that surprise. So here's what I'm asking from you, and that is that you use me as your demonstrator when you make that purchase. And also, if you don't mind, I'll send you on that PDF, I will send you a tag, and if you tag it, then we can all see the beautiful creations that you make. So that is starting this Thursday, so we're starting it today. So let's go ahead and get started. So I wanted to feature the Lovely Arrangements stamp set and also the dies. So I love these flowers, but mostly what drew me to this stamp set is I like those bigger words. I also like little ones too, so I like ones that go together. So what's nice about this is you have something that you can use on the outside of your card and something that you can use on the inside of your card with this. Another good stamp set is the stamp set that came with the product of the month. So I wanted to remind you about that. Tomorrow we'll have a new product of the month that goes up. And so when you make a $75 purchase, that's just with Stampin' Up. When you make a $75 purchase, that's a subtotal. Then for $5 more, you can get the product of the month. But, so just watch for that. But this is what I'm featuring today. And so it's a bundle. And we're going to be using this little die plate and then some of the other dies in it as well. So let's look at the designer series paper, which I also want to feature in today's video. So this is the beautiful, well, it's called Lovely and Beautiful. So you can see I've already cut a piece out of this. But we're going to use this on our cards today. So when you make your $50 purchase, I'll be sending you some of this for your card. But there's card A. You can see the fresh freesia, old olive, and the gold. Here's the other side. So I call these A and B. And here's another sheet. I just love this. So this one has Flirty Flamingo, Calypso Coral, fresh freesia, old olive, and the gold. And then on the other side there is peach pie. So you have some peach pie in here too. And then here's another. So you can see they're somewhat similar, although this has the gold foil on the inside of the flowers and they're much bigger. The Flirty Flamingo, or Calypso Coral, I'm sorry, is smaller in smaller amounts. And then it brings in the Darling Duckling. Did I see Darling? Oh, there's Darling Duckling in here too. So there's that. And then there's the Calypso Coral on the back. And then this is gorgeous, isn't it? I think this would be beautiful for an anniversary card or even a wedding card. Or, I know it's so beautiful I wouldn't want to cut. I don't know. This would make a beautiful little bag, gift bag too. So, front and back. That's cute. You know what? These make me sad because they're so beautiful on both sides. I just feel like whatever side I use, I'm cheating the other side, you know. Okay, and so here is another one. I love that fresh freesia, but I'm a purple girl. And then this is like kind of more subdued. You don't see that Flirty Flamingo in here, but you see the other colors. And the gold foil is just beautiful. And we're going to use a piece of this today in our card. So this again is the Lovely and Beautiful. It's in our new mini catalog, so you can definitely see that by if you go to readaspapermotif.com, and there at the bottom of the home page you can hit that little icon and it'll take you right to the catalog. All right, so we're going to make this card today. This is kind of a fun fold. I don't know what it's called. But we're going to be using a piece of that designer series paper. And I'm going to tell you the measurements here. We're going to be using Old Olive and Basic White. So this is Basic White. It is 8.5 by 5.5. And it's scored at 4 1/4 to make the A2 size card. And we'll just go ahead and firm up that fold. This is a piece of Old Olive, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to fit right on here. And then this is 3 3/4 by 5. And this is going to be a landscape card, so it's going to fit that way. Now, I did go ahead and take my mechanical pencil and make a mark. This is 5 inches, so half of 5 is 2.5. And then I went down a little over an inch and made a mark. And that's because we're going to cut that so that we can get that flap. So let's go ahead and cut it. Now I'm just going to use my regular scissors. You could use your trimmer if you wanted to, but let's go ahead and cut it. I have to turn this so I can see it. Let's see here. Okay. And then while we have this, we're just going to erase all those marks because we don't want to see them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this back so it just makes a nice little fold, just like this. I think we're going to need to cut it just a little bit deeper there. There we go. And so what you can do is you can take your ruler and you can line it up with that point right there and just straight out, and then you can just kind of get your paper to fold. This helps to kind of get that fold going. We'll do the same thing here. So it just helps to fold it, and then you can take your whatever you're using to secure that fold and just kind of secure it down, or varnish it down. So there you have, looks like a little shirt, doesn't it, with a tie. Now we're going to take a piece of Basic White, and that is going to become our we're going to stamp that. And I don't see my Basic White here. I'm going to have to cut one. So let's see. I can't believe I don't have it. It's okay. We'll just cut another piece. And you can, let's see. Let's just cut a piece. So I want that piece to be, we know that if we measure it, we know that that is about 2.5. So we're going to make it two and a half long. Let's make it 3 long, and then we'll just make it 3 1/4 wide. Now we don't, that's way too deep. So let's, I can just tell by looking as to. Okay, so we have some scraps here, that's okay. Now let's go ahead, it's gonna fit right behind here. So that's why we want to make sure it's wide enough. How deep it is, isn't really a big deal, but we definitely want it to fit right here. Now, if you're really a great stamper, you could just leave it like that and stamp in between. But I don't like to do that because, especially on video, because what can happen is I can be off just a little, and then That's not what I want. So I'm just going to take my mechanical pencil, very lightly make a line. We can always erase. And then I know that I have to stamp in between these two lines. Now what I want to stamp are the words Happy Birthday. I've already got it on a block, and I'm going to use my old olive. And we're just going to go ahead and stamp Happy Birthday right there in the middle. Let's see here. I want to stamp this on the side here so I can make sure I have it's inked up right. I have some ink on the edge of my block there. Okay, let's see. We're going to try and get this right in the middle. Oh, what's that? We don't want that. We'll turn it over. So you see those marks I made don't really... I'm going to keep trying here. Let's see. There we go. Boy, that took a few tries, didn't it? That's why you want to stamp before you stick, because you don't want that to get messed up there. So let's go ahead and we're going to adhere this to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some adhesive, and I'm just going to run it like that. And I better get my silicone mat because I don't want glue all over my surface here. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay, so we see that. We want to adhere these down too. So let's go ahead and do that as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here. And then we're going to just put that down. This too. And now we have our, it kind of looks like a shirt and a tie, doesn't it? And then this is going to go right on here. And then it'll go in a card base. So let's go ahead and put our adhesive. If you feel like you want to, you can put a little adhesive here, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Okay, now let's see. We're going to put this. I think I'm getting to the bottom of my glue bottle. It's not coming out in a even way there. Let's see here. I'm trying to get this as with an even margin all the way around. And that's what I like when I'm doing video. That's why I like to use the liquid glue, because I have a little bit of time to manipulate it. And so we're going to put this on our card base, and it's going to be a landscape. So we're going to put it just like that. So let's go ahead and put our adhesive. Now when you get your card kit after you've made your purchase, you're going to get all of this, and then you'll just put it together. The instructions will come with the kit, but so I'll be measured out for you. But I like to give you those measurements in case you want to, you know, make a card using a different set of designer series paper. So here is a bow. And I have a glue dot on the back, and I'm going to put it right so it just kind of fits with that corner there. And this I am going to send to you too when you get your kit. This is ribbon that came from the suite with the Christmas paper. I think it's called Traditions of Christmas. And so it came with that. There is also some very beautiful ribbon that has gold flecks in it that comes with the whole suite that this designer series paper is part of. Now I am not going to stamp the inside because you're going to use your own stamps too, but it will come with an envelope. So there's that first card. And we're going to create another card, and it's going to look like this. Now I want to just step back a minute. I didn't put any jewels or anything on here because I think with that gold, I don't really feel like I need it. I just feel like this is simple and elegant, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I just don't think it needs it. If you find that you want to, you could put calypso coral dots, you could put green, you could put gold, you could put whatever color you wanted to. Now you could even put the rhinestones on there if you wanted to, but I just think that the gold that sticks out, just you kind of lose sense of the dots. So this is the next card we're going to make, and we're starting out with a half of sheet of fresh freesia. So that's our card base, and we have the inside of the card base because it's too hard to write on colored cardstock, right? So we're going to put that right in there, and that will be for your message. And then we're going to decorate the outside. So let me show you how I did that. So remember this designer series paper that I showed you? Let me just bring it out here. Here it is, right here. So this designer series paper is beautiful by itself, but I wanted to do something different with it. So I did this, I was playing around with this die here, and it's just a plate. So when you die cut cardstock out of it, this is what you get. So I thought, well, that's beautiful. You know, I think what I want to do is I want to layer it. So this is, let's see, this is 3. I need to measure it. I'm sorry. This is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and so this is almost 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So we're going to layer it on here, and then that's going to go on a card. So I'm going to go ahead and get my adhesive on it so we can layer it. So it's one step that is over with here, and let's see, I am going to need to bring this closer to me because, well, maybe I can do it this way. Let's see. Okay, so we have that, and that's going to fit right up here. So that takes up a lot of your card base. And so we have some other parts that we want to put on there too. And this is the stamp. So it's this stamp. I just stamped it on fresh freesia with some gorgeous grape ink. And this is gorgeous grape on white. And that's this stamp right here. And then with these dies, you can cut them out. If you don't have the dies, then you could definitely fussy cut them. And then I have some leaves that I used the dies for. And then I went ahead and stamped Sending Smiles. So I want to do that just so that we can let's see here. I'm just going to do it on some cardstock. So this is my gorgeous grape. I'm getting ink all over here. Okay, and so I just stamped it, and it didn't really matter if it was perfectly straight because I took this die right here and taped it on there, ran it through my die cutting machine, and then I got this. So I wanted to layer that on some green, but the die, this same die, is only going to cut the same size as this, right? So I used this on the back side of that paper, and I cut 2 of them. And I'm going to fix them so that they have a, I'm going to glue them together, 2 of them, so that they have a little border. And that's what I wanted to do with that. So let's go ahead and do that. And I didn't stamp the inside because it's something that you can stamp whatever message you want. I do really recommend that Lovely Arrangement stamp set. I'll just leave it right here. I do really recommend it. That's what I'm featuring today. So let's see. You could put this up on dimensionals if you wanted to. I didn't want to, so let's go ahead and we'll start decorating. So I know I want this like right here and this right here. I'm also going to want to be putting leaves, so I'll put them there. I'm just positioning them so that I can see where to glue down, basically. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue these down. And I'm going to take my reverse tweezers here and hold it, and then I'm just going to put a dabs of adhesive. I don't want to use dimensionals on this, first of all, because it is small, and second of all, because let's see here, I'm trying to think and talk. Because I want it to lay down. So I'm also just going to glue this with adhesive. And then the white one, I'm going to use dimensionals. Could you change it up? You most certainly could. Most certainly could. Okay, so this one is the one I want to put dimensionals on. And now you notice I'm not putting a dimensional right here, and that's because this has got layers of paper, so we don't really need them. So I only used 3. And I don't find the need that I need to glue it either. There we go. And so now we know where this goes, right? Because this is up off of the cardstock, so it'll be easy to glue underneath. And so you can just, well, you can position it wherever you want. Okay, I am going to, okay, and then, so then we want to fix this, right? Because we know that we don't want to use it all extended out. So let me see, I think that's good enough. So let's just, and then we'll position it one more time to see that looks good. The good thing about this is that, you know, it is kind of the same width, but it sticks out, and so it gives it that sense of a border. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down on it, and then we're going to put this also on dimensionals. Whoops. I think I have a little bit of glue on there and things are sticking. Okay, and some dimensionals. I tend to use a lot of dimensionals, and I'm not going to apologize for it, but just know that you may not need as many dimensionals as I use, but that's just me. So we're going to go ahead and take off the release paper. Let's see, I want to make sure it's off. And then I'm just going to situate that right there. Now, I do want to put some gems on here, and I'm going to tell you what, you definitely could use these. You could use any gems you want, and I am going to, in your kit, send you these or some gold ones. Actually, I'm going to send you some gold ones because there's gold in the paper. But I'm going to use these, and I'm using this only for this video, and the reason is because these are kind of left over from, we had a celebration catalog that used to go live once a year, and it went for like 2 or 3 months, and every time you made a purchase, then you could choose a free product. Instead of that, now we have product of the month, so each month is something new, and then you just add it on to your purchase for $5. So I'm just going to put different ones. So any of these colors I feel would go. Maybe not that one, but and you can just put them anywhere. And I just use my putty. I take a pick tool. It's losing its sticky stuff. Let's see, I don't want to waste that. I need to refill it's what I need, but it has some little tape on here, tacky tape, that will pick up your sequin and then put it down wherever you want it. So let's see, I have 3. I think I'm going to go ahead and put 5. I like odd numbers. And so now, if you wanted to add ribbon to this, you definitely could add ribbon. I didn't, but you definitely could add ribbons or some twine here if you have that and want to. So there's the card. Now, where is that? I'm going to go ahead and put my white piece of cardstock on the inside, because then it will be ready for a sentiment and I can send this out. And I like to send out cards. I send out cards to my customers and also to my team members. Now, if you're a customer and there is a question that you get when you order, and that's about if you want any correspondence with Stampin' Up. If you say no, then I'm part of Stampin' Up and I can't, I have to just watch you from the sideline. So if you want me to be able to communicate with you and send you all these goodies, then you need to opt in. I've never known Stampin' Up to, you know, do anything that would make you not want to correspond with them. So anyway, there's those two cards. And where are the ones that, the other two? So this is part of the monthly card kit. Today is the first day, and we were featuring the Lovely Arrangements bundle as well as the Lovely and Beautiful Designer Series paper. So I do want to thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you enjoyed the content. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button, and any comments you have are welcome. And don't forget to make your purchase so you can get this as a free kit at the end of the month. So thank you again and have a good weekend. Bye now.